What's going on, grappling fans?
First, I hope you know to stay mentally in the game.
Roberto's for these guys.
All our matches have been pretty close.
Who's number one?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to this very special episode of Who's Number One, the podcast. It is finally here. We're going to tell you the winners of the 2020 FloGrappling Awards. How excited are you right now?
Man, I am super excited. I gotta say, we went through the nominees last week. We discussed each of the categories that were available, and we looked at everybody who was nominated for those awards. So voting came to a close late on Friday afternoon last week, Friday, January the 11th. We have had just an incredible, a record turnout. 486% more votes this year than we had for the previous year's awards.
That's phenomenal. Thank you guys for putting in the time and casting your votes. That makes us super happy.
Yeah, and obviously it was quite a heated race in some of these categories, shall we say? Some of them were really right until the last second, to see exactly who would be the winner. No mystery dumps of ballots late at night. It was all very, very straight down the middle. But that said, that means I'm super excited to be able to announce them, right? Because there were some really, really good candidates.
Absolutely. Let's run through the awards real quick. So we have Breakthrough Grappler of the Year, Submission of the Year, Best Match of the Year, and your Best Female and Male Grapplers of the Year. And I think we shouldn't waste any more time.
You want to
jump
just get right into it?
Let's do it. So we're going to kick things off with the Breakthrough Grappler of the Year. Let's run the nominees video, and then we'll find out who won. Let's do it.
Elizabeth have a hunter style, likes to go for kill, ADCC veteran, so many submissions under her belt.
There it is. I'm someone not to be underestimated. I'm someone not to be overlooked. I'm a force to be reckoned with. I'm here. I'm here to win. I'm here to compete and win. Not just here to compete. I'm here to win and beat you guys.
Looks like she's trying to get on an arm here as Gatus. Man, Gatus is just attack after attack after attack. Trying to turn that wrist over top. Hitchhiker escapes through for Briggs, and she's going to get the tap. Samuel Nagai. And look at this. Sam Nagai with the belly down front lock. There it is. Gets the submission. Nagai gets the finish.
Hey, it feels good. New goals, bigger goals now. And that's it. Can't wait.
William Tackett. Look at this. Stepping over on top. We'll go for the triangle here. Tackett on the triangle. Got a Kimura here as well. And there is the finish. Tackett gets the tap.
All right, there you have it, guys. They are the nominees for Breakthrough Grapplers of the Year. A lot of really deserving candidates. It's a tough call to cast my own vote, but the time for deliberations is over. Let's find out who won. Tyler, if you could let us know. The 2020 FloGrappling Breakthrough Grappler of the Year winner is William Tackett, taking home the title there. Very deserving young man. Also, local boy out of Austin, Texas. Always fun to see, something a little bit different. And, man, he just tore it up, Hal, in 2020.
Man, he did. I think this is a very deserving winner for this category. By no means the only deserving candidate on the list. Of course, a really competitive lineup of breakout stars in 2020. We saw some really, really strong performances. But I think William Tackett, the brown belt from Checkmat, representing Brazilian Fight Factory here, like you say, based in Austin, Texas, just impressed us. He had a standout series of performances in super fight events, such as Who's Number One, such as Fight to Win. He was the winner of the Jits King. Excuse me, not the winner, but he was competing on the Jits King. And I think just a series of really solid performances as a brown belt, taking out some really high-level black belts on the way as well. And a very deserving winner of this category, I feel.
100%. We just saw a clip there from Who's Number One over the summer, taking on veteran black belt Jason Rao and finishing there with that spectacular submission. One thing that's great about Tackett's style is that he's so finish oriented. I mean, everyone wants to win by sub, but he gets it done on the regular.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think anybody who's watched him compete can see the fact that he's very, very well-rounded technically, you know. He's developed a lot. He's physically matured so much, like in the last couple of years, because, you know, he's been on our radar since he was pretty much like a young teenager, so juvenile age, you know, and he's steadily working his way up through the ranks. You know, he was even an alternate in 2019 ADCC welterweight division, 77 kilos, because you know, he had impressed so much by taking silver at the ADCC trials. But as far as a year go, you know, it was pretty good in 2019 for him. But 2020, he just blew his previous performances out of the water. You know, you can see that he's physically matured. He's a lot heavier now. He's walking around. He's competing at a solid sort of 185, and technically, I mean, he's just looked so good. You know, his top game and his passing are really, really on point. He's got a very, very good understanding of the leg lock game, and he's really great with upper body submissions as well. He can wrestle a bit. So, you know, as far as no-gi grappling goes, this guy is extremely well-rounded. He's shown a lot of promise, and I think, you know, deservedly taking this title.
I couldn't have said it better myself. We actually got a video here from young Mr. Tackett accepting his award. Let's hear from him and what he has to say about the year.
Hey guys, it's William Tackett here, and I was nominated for the FloGrappling Breakout Grappler of the Year Awards by you guys, all my amazing fans and supporters. I just want to thank FloGrappling for nominating me and all my fans for voting and making this happen. It was a really great year of 2020, had a lot of cool wins, and you know, gained a lot of exposure, really broke out into the scene, but I'm looking to do even better in 2021, and just for you guys and all my supporters, let's keep it going. Thank you.
There you have it here from William Tackett. Really excited to see what he does next. Knowing him, it won't be long. In fact, this weekend, Mr. Tackett's going to be back in action at Fight to Win.
Yeah, main event, Fight to Win. He was originally slated to face Wagner Hocha, but Wagner had to unfortunately pull out with an injury, so we'll see him against John Combs instead.
Great match.
I'm sure that will be an exciting match. Don't miss that one.
Absolutely. Well, moving right along then on the award show, let's kick it over to the best submission of the year. A lot of exciting candidates for this award.
Man, but so many. We had a list of like 20 plus possible winners for this one.
It was tough to narrow it down, but there were only a few that can make the final list. Let's go ahead and see the group of nominees and then get to our winner.
Really tight. Oh my goodness, how fast was that triangle? It's gonna be on in the top. What?
Alpine just about managing to keep his elbow in. That looks dangerous, pressure on the shoulder. There it is. There's the finish. Gordon Ryan wins.
Tirar aquela perna dali, tio.
Não é fácil assim tirar a perna dali, não.
Que isso, hein? É game over!
He's going to try to either trap that arm or get himself to a triangle. There's the arm, and he's tapped quick, arm lock. And I'll tell you, Kennedy Maciel by arm lock finish over Junie.
Trying to find a way out of this terrible position. Really, it could be on here. There is the finish.
There you have it. There's our list of nominees for Submission of the Year. So many great moments. We talked about this last week about not only were these impressive from a technical standpoint, but there were some really exciting sort of first-time events that took place.
Yeah, some significant kind of situations, shall we say, around these submission wins. I really enjoyed this particular list as well. You know, we're actually we're gonna roll out a list of the top 20 submissions of 2020. You know, now that we've confirmed the submission of the year, we'll be able to put out this final long highlight video, and every single submission on that highlight video on that list is incredible.
That sounds fun. I like that.
It's going to be really good. But you know, the 6 there, of course, these, you know, they could have end out the highlight video, and choosing a winner was not easy. Personally, you know, I had my favorites. I'm sure you had yours. I don't even know who you voted for, actually.
I had to pick, and you know, for me, since now the awards have been decided, I personally picked. Actually, we should talk about the winner first, and then maybe I'll chime in. I don't want to take away from the glory. So let's go ahead and find out who won Submission of the Year, and then maybe we can dissect it a bit further.
Let's do it. Gordon Ryan for that incredibly technical triangle arm lock at Who's Number One, taking out Kyle Bain of 10th Planet in the super fight. Gordon Ryan, of course, he is the pound for pound number one no-gi grappler in the world for a very, very good reason. He hasn't been able to compete too much in 2020. The truth is, like he says himself, it's like, man, these guys have got to come out and accept matches.
It's hard to get an opponent for him, yeah.
It really is. He's a victim of his own success. But credit to Kyle Bain for stepping up and going after Gordon, making it a good scrap. But look at this, the way that Gordon is able to kind of hang on that and then switch to this like side triangle with a nice like rotational shoulder and elbow lock at the same time. And people may not even realize, Chase, just how devastating that arm lock was. He broke Kyle Bain's arm with that arm lock.
Yeah, he was out of commission for several months afterwards.
Had to get surgery.
Yeah, it's brutal. And like you said, such a multifaceted attack. There's a choke, shoulder lock, and the elbow torque as well.
The whole sequence leading to the finish was just clinical, and then like you said, the finish, man.
Yeah,
wow,
he took the words out of my mouth. Such a technician. Gordon is renowned for being such, and I think we saw very succinctly played out right there. We caught up with Gordon as well, or I should say he caught up with us out there in Puerto Rico and gave us some thoughts on what it meant to win Submission of the Year. Let's hear from Gordon now.
What's up, guys? Looks like I won the FloGrappling Submission of the Year award in my match against Kyle Bohm. I don't really know what the other Flo awards are, but I'm pretty sure I won them. I'm not really interested in what everyone has to say, but I'm pretty sure I won like Grappler of the Year and all the other ones as well. 2021 is going to be big. Stop complaining about me not having matches. I can't find anyone to compete against me. Whenever these pussies step up and actually want to compete against me and sign a contract, everyone says, oh, on the internet, oh yeah, I want to fight Gordon in 8 months, and then everyone just forgets about it, and then I never get a match. So if anyone will actually sign a contract to fight me, it would be great. And then 2022, everyone knows Andre's not going to show up, so that's not going to happen. So we'll have a different super fight, and 2021 will be a big year if people decide to fight me. And then 2022, I'll be a 5-time ADCC champion. Love you guys.
Gordon's never one to mince words there, but seemingly pleased with winning Submission of the Year. I hope we do see him back soon in 2021.
Yeah.
Obviously going through a lot of things over there in Puerto Rico. I wish him the best for him, but I would love to see him on the mats when it's time. So
we all do. We all enjoy watching him compete, and it's with performances like that, how can't you? But go on, let's talk about it. Like, what did you vote for the Submission of the Year? Because there were some wild ones,
okay,
right?
So I was personally torn between 3 different choices. I had Gordon's submission up there, Felipe Andrews submitting Keenan Cornelius at Euros.
That was bonkers.
Just because, that was the first time Keenan had been submitted in the gi as a black belt ever.
Yeah.
And it's from Felipe Andrew way back in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And I remember that moment as being so overwhelming. I mean, you heard Embralio's voice there on the trailer.
The excitement.
It was stunning. And then also Kainen's submission of Rodolfo Vieira, because it was so spectacular, also equally clinical and fast. But in the end, I went with Kainen's because I maybe it was just a recency bias or something. It happened so soon, but to me that was so stunning. My jaw was on the floor. That's why I ended up going that way. But the vote was not up to me alone, and Gordon very, very won justifiably. So
yeah, I'm kind of very similar to you. I had like a short list, and I was exactly the same. I definitely had Felipe Andrews triangle on my short list. I had Gordon's triangle armbar on the short list as well. I'm still really impressed by the way that he kind of managed to hang on to the back and then switch to that triangle attack. It was so clinical the way he did it. But I mean, I may have given it away by my enthusiasm on previous episodes of the show, but I did choose Igor Tanabe's Gubba Guard Kanto choke.
It was sick. It was
spectacular.
Awesome.
It was spectacular. But hey, it's more than just our opinions. It's it's much bigger than that. And I think that Gordon, he took the popular vote on that one by a mile, and deservedly so. So that was really cool.
That's the way it goes. Well, now another extremely difficult call to make. We're going to talk about Match of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of fun candidates. And, man, this is another one where the list just went on and on and on because there are a lot of good matches. I mean, despite being a very strange year for competition in sport jiu-jitsu, professional jiu-jitsu, we were privy to some amazing events. So narrowing it down to 6 was not easy, but we had a lot of fun, and you guys enthusiastically cast your votes as well. Let's see the nominees for Best Match of the Year, and then we'll find out who the winner is.
a big shot there
that's a
from Dante
statement.
Leon.
That's a big statement.
Man, look at that, wrestling
beautiful.
up from Leon, and now looking to go higher on the body.
Love this match.
And there's a lot of power in that wrist lock.
She's known for that full set. Oh, it looks tight as well.
Brilliant, 10 minutes in the ball.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's the chance that just lose.
Now there's a back take. Dante Leon now with an arm around the neck.
All jumps. Really hit it and jumps a triangle. He barn bar attempt by Osvaldo. Good match. Good match.
And there's a beautiful takedown. Heavyweight in the world. And Keenan. And the back take. That's it.
Another tough call to make there as we see those matches. Kind of sends up chills up my spine. You know, we had so much fun covering these events. A lot of them we know were there Matt side, and you know something special when one of these matches take place in the first 10 seconds. You can just see the action unfold before you, and it's really something, Hal.
I said this last week when we were talking about the nominations as well, but it bears repeating, is that the matches that we actually had on this short list, they're a little bit of everything. You've got gi with points. You've got gi submission only. You've got no gi submission only. You know, you got a little bit of everything on this. So, you know, different rule sets allowed for different kinds of matches, but they're all equally exciting in their own right. So I was really, really pleased to see the 6, but as they say, there can only be one. Let's find out.
Let's do it. Tyler, if you please, let's find out who won Best Match of the Year. Boom, there you have it. Gary Tonin and Dante Leon from Who's Number One. Fun fact, this is Gary's 3rd year in a row being a part of the Best Match of the Year. Pretty incredible stat there, Hal.
Gary Tonin, man, can't have a bad match. This guy really, Match of the Year award winner in 2018, 2019, and then 2020. Yeah, just absolutely phenomenal.
It takes two to tango, though, and in this case, Dante really brought it back. And we were talking last week.
Well, Dante's on that list twice.
Exactly. Him and Cody Steele at another Who's Number One event. But last week when we were mentioning this award, it's different from Best Submission or Best Athlete because there has to be some drama, some give and take, not a clear-cut winner, because that's a different kind of showcase, Hal.
Yeah, it's not Performance of the Year, you know, it is Match of the Year, and as you say, two to tango. You need both guys going at it equally, kind of a little bit of back and forth, you know, the tide sort of, going in both directions, and this match was a perfect example of that. You know, you had some really dynamic wrestling, you had a lot of good top games, some great guard work, submission attacks, just a high work rate from start to finish. Fantastic match, and in the end, it was a decision win for Gary Tonin. He actually took the official win here. But that said, you know, I think that Dante was not necessarily disappointed with the match. You know, of course, unhappy with the result, but not disappointed with the performance.
No, not at all. In fact, you guys can go back and watch the interview I did with Dante, but he was actually, you could almost say, happy, because if you remember their match from 2019 ADCC, Dante himself said he was basically outclassed. Gary put him in a position where he was uncomfortable, ended up getting submitted, and you know that doesn't happen to Dante. It does very frequently, and so really made him go back to school. He did a lot of studying on the leg lock game and forced him to up his knowledge there. So when he went back to Who's Number One several months later and faced Gary again, took him to decision. That's signs of major improvements, Hal.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, you can go out with any match like that. You can go out with your head held high. So really, really cool match. You should definitely go back and watch the entire thing because it's just bonkers. It's just start to finish. It's like two cats fighting. It's fantastic.
100%. Congrats to both guys, and can't wait to see them back on the mat sometime in 2021. All right, we're getting down to the big ones, Hal. The final two categories we have left are Best Female and Best Male Grapplers of the Year. Let's start with the ladies. Let's go ahead and see the nominees for Best Female Grappler of 2020.
Hang on a second. Shouldn't we take the look at the acceptance videos first? We hear from our winners.
Sorry, I'm just too excited moving things along.
Yes, I want to get this going.
Absolutely.
But
let's hear from Gary first. We got him up here. Gary, kick us off.
Hello and welcome to 2021. 2020 was a rough year. A lot of things changed. One thing that hasn't changed, Gary Tonin is still America's most exciting grappler. Thanks for voting my match with Dante Leon the best match of 2020. See you in the new year, baby.
What's up, everybody? I just received word that I won Match of the Year for my match with Gary Tonin at Who's Number One this past July. I do believe that this was an extremely exciting fight, a really, really good fight at a really pivotal time in the sport, you know, during COVID, during everything that happened during the show with a lot of fights being canceled. There's a lot of pressure put on Gary and I getting bumped up to the main event where other fighters were dropped off the event. And I think we really delivered. This is a fight that really helped define me, helped change my career. It was a great opportunity to have a submission-only match with somebody of Gary Tonin's level. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who supported and watched. I know there were a lot of votes this year. I know that there's more people watching Jiu-Jitsu now than there's ever been. There's more FloGrappling accounts, more people who are participating in Jiu-Jitsu than ever. So it means a lot to me to win this award, especially during this trying year. And I hope that I can deliver something like this in 2021 and win some more awards next year. Thank you very much to everybody who supports, voted, and all the fans out there.
Thank you very much, Hal, for reminding me to get those videos out there. The vibe is very different between the two, right? But they're both equally pleased, I'd say.
Oh, definitely. No, that's Dante static, that is. But no, but you know, you got to give these guys their props, right? They put it all on the line for us. That's the amazing thing. You know, these guys, they went out, they put on a show. So give these guys their props.
Absolutely. Now, where were we? I think we're getting to the final two categories here.
Oh, man, we're almost there. It's almost time. I think these are two, definitely. I mean, they're all of these awards are extremely important. There are only 5 categories, but we're getting down to it now, right? There's only 2 categories left, Male Grappler of the Year and Female Grappler of the Year, right? Why don't you give us who are the nominees for the 6 female grapplers of the year?
Sure thing. We got Gabby Garcia, Ana Carolina Vieira, Elizabeth Clay, Rafaela Guedes, Maisa Bastos, and Natalie Ribeiro is in there. Pretty amazing group of athletes, Hal.
Yeah, it really were, right? And again, you know, you look at their accomplishments and what each of these athletes have done in 2020. There's a wide-ranging kind of skill set and, you know, achievements in different types of tournaments and stuff like that. And well, let's take a look and see exactly what kind of performances they had.
I'm super happy. I would like to thank my team, Aviv, my wife, for all the support. Thank you so much. We did it.
Elizabeth have a hunter style, likes to go for the kill. So many submissions under her belt.
There it is. Gabby Garcia, the 4-time ADCC champion, most accomplished grappler in the ADCC women's division. Thank God, passing from Garcia. And what a match that was. The #1 strawweight in the world, Maisa Bastos, in the 2 years or so that she's been a black belt competitor. She's beat everybody that she's gone up against.
Looks like she's trying to get on an arm here as Gatis. Man, Gatis is just attack after attack after attack. Came through for Briggs and she's going to get the tap.
Natalie Ribeiro, she's #5 ranked in the world. She most recently won Nogi World Championships. And Natalie Ribeiro takes this one 2-1.
A lot of good memories there, a lot of amazing matches. This was such a hard one to call, Hal.
Yeah, it was. I'll be honest, it really was. Yeah, there's some real breakout performances. You know, a couple of these grapplers, in fact, both Elizabeth Clay and Rafaela Guedes were actually nominated for Breakthrough Grappler of the Year as well, because, you know, they had such standout performances, you know, emerging onto the wider grappling scene, and then some more established stars, you know, like 3-time world champion Ana Carolina Vieira, Gabby Garcia. You know, there's a lot of very, very talented ladies on this list.
Absolutely. Well, let's not delay any further. The female grappler of the year is Elizabeth Clay. Boom. How do you like that, Hal?
Man, you know, you got to give it to her. She was a brown belt coming into 2020. She got promoted to black belt. She spent the 2020 season competing exclusively no-gi, and just some incredible performances. You know, she took out some big names, and you know, she met one of the biggest challenges of her career, full stop, when she actually went up against Gabby Garcia at Who's Number One. Lost that match, you know, via decision, but many people almost kind of counted like she took the moral victory, and that, you know, she went head to head with somebody as experienced as herself, but, you know, a finisher as well. You know, she tapped out Maggie Grindati with that beautiful go-go platter. She tapped out Luisa Montero with this heel hook right here. Both established black belt no-gi world champions. So, you know, kind of bursting onto the scene and showing that she really is to be respected. And I think now, being promoted to black belt towards the end of 2020, I think people are very excited to see what she's going to be able to do in 2021.
Yeah, 100%. I can't wait to see her at all the major tournaments as well as super fights against the established elite, as she's clearly earned her spot there, and of course now has her black belt.
Shanji called her a submission sniper as well. Do you hear
I
that?
like that. No,
Yeah.
no. When was that? At Who's Number One event?
Yeah,
or?
it was in the commentary of the event, and it's a great description. She really is able to pick out those submissions from all over the place. Very versatile as well, you know, because, you know, we saw a couple of leg locks in those videos, but, you know, we've seen her hit everything from, you know, she's got great choke game.
The go-go plata, you can't forget that.
The go-go plata,
Yes.
yeah, really good with that. So, you know, she's very versatile, but definitely got that killer instinct.
We caught up with Liz to hear her thoughts on the award. Let's go ahead and run that now. I think we're having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Hi guys, my name is Elizabeth Clay, and first of all, I just wanted to come on here and thank a lot of people who supported me coming up here. My professor back in Alaska, Jordan Contra, Samir and Cashinho here in California and now in Arizona, just giving me a place to train and dealing with me. All my training partners, everybody coming in early and coming in late when I send them a message and ask them to come in because I have a competition coming up, or if everybody's wanting to train no-gi but I have a gi competition coming up, if I ask them to bring in a gi for them to put it on and help me train to get ready for competitions, and always just being there to support me. My family, especially my mom and dad, you know, it's not always easy when you have a kid that has a scholarship at 16, not even 16, I think I was 15, that turns them down and goes, you know, I'm going to be a professional jiu-jitsu athlete instead. I'm not going to go to college even though I have this, even though I have my college paid for, you know, and they still supported me all the way, and were never like, no, I don't think you should do that. You need to go to college. They've always supported me in whatever I've done, and so that's really helped get me where I'm at, you know, and just having that helps a lot. I want to thank my sponsors, past and present, especially Zebra Mats and Para-Athletics. I want to thank everybody who voted for me, because obviously I wouldn't be here if you guys didn't vote. I can't be the best female athlete if nobody votes for me. So thank you for everybody who voted, and just everybody who supported me over the years. You know, you guys know who you are, and it's taken a lot of work to get here, but this is just the beginning, and I hope to see you guys with me along the way. I might have done a little bit of a happy dance when I got the message about this, and squealed a little bit for probably about 10 minutes while I texted my mom. But that's just to show, you know, how exciting that this is, and that I can't wait to see the future.
Congratulations to Elizabeth Clay.
Wonder
Huge
what that happy
accomplishment
dance
then.
looked like.
I mean, I don't know what I would do if I won Grappler of the Year. I'd be pretty pumped as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really pleased to hear that she's, you know, she's as happy as she is. You know, it's a huge award, very early in her grappling career as well. I'm sure the future is bright for her.
Very exciting things all around. All right, now on to our final award of the year for the 2020 FloGrappling Awards. Once again, a big thank you to everybody at home that cast their votes, that have been following along. It's been a lot of fun putting this together. Can't wait to see what this year brings, what stories, what athletes, all that good stuff. But let's cap it off with the Male Grappler of the Year. Tyler, if you could run the nominations video, please.
Really tight. Oh my goodness, how fast was that triangle? It's gonna be on in the top! What?
Gordon Ryan, #1 ranked pound for pound and under 99 kilogram grappler in the world. Wow.
Almost on the arm bar. That looks dangerous. Pressure on the shoulder. There it is. There's the finish.
Lucas Hulk Barboza. Hulk has been very, very busy in 2020. He's been competing gi and no gi.
Lucas is the best.
Bruno Cyborg, the 6-time no gi world champion, ADCC absolute champion.
Your winner, Roberto Cyborg Abreu. Roberto Jimenez, and there's Roberto with a good takedown. That's it! Victor Hugo, the young black belt, one of the baddest men on the planet. the guy who's just now making his name in the game.
So many good matches and memories there. Again, I know I'm saying that a lot, but that's the point of the show, I guess. A lot of tough choices to make here, Hal. There can only be one.
Yeah, I got to say, this was a tough one, wasn't it? Because there were some really, really strong candidates on this list, and all for very different reasons.
Yeah, of course. We have veterans of the game that are still killing it at the highest levels. Then we have new black belts like Roberto Jimenez taking on the world's very best in his first year. So a large sort of array of situations, scenarios, and athletes.
And, a reminder of what it was that we were looking for when we were casting our votes. Because, of course, we have the FloGrappling crew, who all contribute their votes. And then, of course, you have the fans voting as well. And all those contribute to the final winner. And it wasn't as simple as just, who won the most matches, right?
No, of course not. I mean, there's what's at stake, right? I mean, going through a tournament, for example, like a Kasai in some cases, or even like, Third Coast Grappling. And then there are, of course, marquee super fights that all matter. There's winning by submission versus not. I mean, there's a whole lot of characteristics and factors, Hal.
Yeah, competing in different rule formats and in different, codes, gi or no gi. All these things matter, right? All these things add up to what sets somebody apart. And I got to say, I feel that this year, the male grappler of the year is possibly one of the most deserving winners in maybe the history of the FloGrappling Awards. Would that be fair to say?
Bold statement, but I wouldn't disagree. I was happy to see it play out like this. It personally reflects my own vote as well. But I guess we shouldn't delay any longer. Let's let the fans know who won. Your 2020 male grappler of the year is
Roberto Cyborg Abreu.
Yeah, hats off to this guy, man. Was winning all year long. We saw him kick off the year Kasai Pro 7, I believe that was, back in, I want to say February?
Yeah, early February, the heavyweight tournament there in Dallas, Texas, and going head-to-head with some of the biggest, baddest men on the planet. He actually fought Lucas Hope Barboza twice this year, both no gi, and beat him both times. He went head-to-head with so many really, really strong names from the world of no gi grappling. And the crazy thing is that, he went out and he tapped out, some of them. These guys that at times 10, even 15 years younger than him. Let's not forget that Cyborg, they call him the Coroa in Portuguese. It's like the kind of a nice way of saying like the old guy. But, he's 40 years of age now. He just turned 40 years of age. He tapped out ADCC champions Kainan Duarte with that killer heel hook. He tapped out Felipe Andrew with this savage guillotine at Third Coast Grappling. Just a solid string of performances against, like I say, some of the best guys in the world. Makes him, for me, a very deserving winner for this category.
I'm pretty sure Cyborg's going to keep winning until he's like 50 years old. There's no slowing down for this guy, man. He just keeps getting better. It's actually quite scary.
He lives up to the nickname as well, right? The guy's a machine. He competed a lot in 2020 as well. There were some guys who were more active than others, of course, with the circumstances and the situation in 2020. But man, he was right there, testing himself against, not against scrubs either. I remember his first match.
Took on Kainan, like the best.
Took on Kainan, the over 99 kilogram ADCC champion. That Cyborg's category as well, right? His first match back after the shutdown on Fight to Win was the ADCC silver medalist, Tractor. So he's only going against some of the toughest guys in the world. And a very interesting note as well that Cyborg went undefeated in no-gi matches in the entire 2020 run as well. That is just phenomenal.
And like you said, across a variety of rule sets and formats.
Points, submission only, yeah, you name it.
Yeah, totally deserving, I think, of the Grappler of the Year. We got a video from Cyborg, and let's go ahead and run that now and get his thoughts on the situation here.
Grappler of the Year. I couldn't be happier to have, after such a tough year, such an amazing accomplishment. They say that tough times don't last, tough people do. And I feel the same. 17 years after getting my black belt, I'm still here fighting hard, extremely passionate about jiu-jitsu, and extremely grateful to be doing something I love and being able to be successful with it. I would love to thank my team, sponsors, family, friends for the amazing support. If I name everybody here, for sure gonna forget someone. So I'm just gonna extend my love to everyone who's a part of my journey. And I'd like to say something important for you guys. It's never too late for us to be the best version of ourselves. It's never too late for us to believe in our dreams. Age is just a number. Us.
I could listen to Cyborg give me motivational messages all day long. So congrats to the 2020 Grappler of the Year. Had a lot of fun covering Cyborg throughout all the events in and out of the year.
It's a wild ride, right?
It's been interesting. And he was there with us, it feels like, every step of the way. So the whole
it seemed
team
like
really.
every event we went to, Cyborg was there in one capacity or another, right? Because he wasn't just out there competing as well, but, he very much leads from the front. He's got that incredible team, Fight Sports in Miami, and he was also there coaching many of his athletes at different tournaments. We saw him at PANS. We saw him, at various tournaments, supporting his crew through thick and thin, and a great example, like I say, a great role model, leading from the front, going out there and showing what's possible. And yeah, what a fantastic winner. I think this is, all 6 men on that list were very deserving in their own way, but Cyborg's accomplishments, for me personally, I definitely feel that he really deserved this win.
100%. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, for voting, for paying attention to